Hey guys, this is Jake at Canadian Cutting Edge, and I'm excited today. This is a dream. This is the WE 715D ignition knife. From WE Knives, it's a smaller knife of theirs. It's their most budget knife that I've come across yet. And G10, titanium, VG10 steel blade, very, very comfortable in hand. Hollow grind, drop point. I've been carrying this thing a little bit, testing it, playing with it. It's on loan. And if you saw my unboxing video of the WE Knives, I got 3 of them to take a good look at. I wasn't going to look at any of those, but Kevin Cleary, a knife reviewer from Ontario, suggested that I would really want to take a look at these. And so he sent them to me, and I'm very glad he did, because I am very enamored with this knife. It almost fits my budget. Really nice knife. So stick around for the full review of this knife. By the way, it comes in a wide variety of colors and patterns with the G10 and blade, part coated, part not coated, all kinds of good stuff. I'll show you some pictures. So let's take a good close look at this knife. This is a very comfortable knife for me. It's what I would call a full-size folder. My hands are large, just bordering on extra large. And this knife seems to have been made for my hand. So if you've got, really extra large hands, this knife is probably just a little bit too small for you. Maybe. Totally up to your personal taste and how you hold things. But if you've got medium hands, large hands, this is going to be the kind of knife and the size of knife that is very comfortable, very easy to use. It's not too thick this way. It's definitely not too thick on this dimension. The blade isn't too long. It's not too heavy, that's for sure. It's got a very good weight to it. We've got G10 with no liner, because G10 doesn't need it. G10 is a really strong material. And then you've got titanium, and that helps keep it quite light. And we've got a VG10 blade. Yeah, WE Knife is making some budget knives. This knife is a little bit outside of my budget, but I'm just borrowing it. This one has got the star pattern for the WE Knives. And the star pattern is available in a special tool that comes with the knife. You don't have to order it special. You get this with the knife. A little key ring thing and the tool there, and you just, stick it in there, and it fits fairly snug, and actually fits very snug, to be honest with you. What moves when you try to turn it is this. And, just use that and unscrew it. I do wish that they would send along a regular screwdriver tip with this head on it, or make them available or something. Because this sometimes does feel a little bit finicky and awkward when you're using it. And I'd like to have, a nice, this tip on a regular screwdriver end. That'd be really great. Let's talk about the different features we have here. We've got a drop point blade. It is rounded going down. That's not flat. That is rounded going down. Hollow grind, hollow swedge even up here. Sort of teardrop shaped hole. Unfortunately, that hole, you can get at it. It's not really useful in there, not like a Spidey hole. But the flipper's positioned very well. A little bit of jimping on the flipper right there. And it just flies out, no problem. VG10 steel on here. And really nice sharpener's choil. Got a little bit of a recurve here. Stonewash on the bevels. And satin on the flats there. Nice small pocket clip. And the pocket clip is very functional. And that's the only place where it says WE Knives on it. And of course, you've got the logo on the pivot on this side here as well. I really like this blue color. I really like that you've got the cutout for the lock bar arm on the inside. So you almost get a second show side on this knife because it's very clean on this side. They clearly used wire EDM technology to cut that out because it's a very thin cut line that they use for the lock bar arm. And then they've beveled it down to that cutout as well. And then using those star-shaped screws, that really makes this working side be, very much like a show side on a knife. Really nice stonewash titanium look here. And the pocket clip even has 3 little cutouts on it. Little lines milled out there. It looks really nice. The lanyard hole is narrow so that your paracord won't bulk up on the outside of this. It's just going to fold on the inside. Very nice. Can easily fit any 550 paracord through there. No problem at all. Got a little bit of jimping on this back spacer, and that helps the knife be very comfortable. If you do any reverse grips, your index finger here can really get a good grip on that. Works really, really well that way. You can do the close-up grips, pinch grips. Very comfortable knife. We've got, as I already said, G10 titanium, backspacer, hollow grind, ceramic ball bearings. I'll show you the inside right now. I'll show you some pictures of what it looks like taken apart. Those are ceramic ball bearings. Ceramic detent ball. Pocket clip is both sides. Take a look at this. They've got a spacer put in here so that you can change it to this side for the pocket clip, and you take this little gray spacer, that titanium spacer, and you fill it in with the hole that's left when you take the pocket clip out of this side. Now that is attention to detail. Really, really nice touch. I like that an awful lot. It's got an over travel stop, so you can't push the lock bar arm out too far. Lockup is almost perfect for a brand new knife. So that's really, really nice. And then they've milled out just a little bit on the insides there, so it's easy to get your thumb in there, and it gets the meat of your thumb into that space, and then you can unlock the knife very easily. A little bit of jimping on that thumb riser. Spine of the blade is rounded over. Tip is fairly strong for this, size of a knife, because you get a swedge and then you've got that line coming through here, and it helps give it a nice thick edge to it. Let's give you all the dimensions on this thing. Cutting edge, 8.42 centimeters, 3.32 inches. Blade length, so the end of the handle to the tip of the blade, 8.75 centimeters, 3.4 inches. Blade thickness is 3.2 millimeters, which is 0.12 inches. The blade depth, and that's right here at the thickest spot, or the deepest spot, is 2.62 centimeters, 1.03 inches. The thickness of the edge behind the grind is beautiful, 0.44 millimeters, 0.0175. So that's not a problem at all. Actually, I really like it. It's a really good thing to be nice and thin behind the grind. VG10 can easily handle the blade being nice and thin at that cutting edge. I have not resharpened this because it's not my knife. This is the factory edge on here. And just look at it. It's a beautiful factory edge. It's perfectly centered, equal grinding on both sides. Let's talk about the handle parts. The handle length is 11.45 centimeters. That's 4.5 inches. The grip area is about 9 centimeters, which is 3.54 inches. The handle thickness, 1.2 centimeters. That's 0.47 of an inch. And the thickest part of the handle, or the biggest depth of the handle, that's right here. This dimension, 2.4 centimeters, 0.948 of an inch. So just under an inch Really, really nice size for a nice light knife. The total length of this knife with the blade deployed is 20.2 centimeters. That's 7.9 inches. The weight is 90 grams, 3.2 ounces, 3.2 ounces. So just over, 3 ounces, not even 3¼ ounces for a full size, almost 8-inch knife. That is very good. That makes this thing super appealing. I couldn't find very many places that are selling this knife. It's at Blade HQ for $125.80. That's US. So yeah, We Knives is making some budget knives. For a while there, you couldn't find anything under, 200 and some odd, close to $300. But this thing, $125, really good buy. So I call this, just right next to a budget knife. I tend to make my budget limit at $100 US. So it's very close to a budget knife with a much better than a budget quality. We've got very good fit and finish. We don't have writing all over the place, which I hate on knives, but you've got enough to get your branding done. And right in there, right where my thumbnail is, it says VG10 for the VG10 steel. I'll have to give you a close-up picture of that. And then that's all the writing they put on here, which is a really nice thing. What are the unique features? I really like this pocket clip. I like the spacer that fills in there. I like the star screws. Some people really hate those. I would hate them too if they didn't supply this. I would love them even more if they supplied, as I mentioned before, a screwdriver tip so I could, slide this into a screwdriver and use it. So that's a really good thing. The titanium pocket clip is milled really well. The lanyard hole, being cut out and indented like that, I really like that. The thumb riser right here, perfect for my thumb. Makes a very secure grip. If I did move forward and have it, stop abruptly, very low chances of my hand going over the blade, and that's because of the flipper tab and the tiny jimping there and the riser here. Both of those together give a whole lot of strength. The stonewash on the grind here is beautiful. It's done very, very well. I really like that. The rounded edges everywhere are perfect. It helps keep it very, very comfortable in hand. You don't have any sharp spots anywhere on this knife except for right there. Maybe you can call this a little bit sharp here, but that's because it comes up to about 80 degrees right there. And so it's a little bit there, but it's rounded nicely. What are the cons on this knife? Every knife has some cons, but there's just not that much here. Like, I can't find at this price point anything worth complaining about, except, again, screw. This hole right here, it looks good, but it's not useful. With it sticking out of the blade this far, having this much exposure away from the handle, I wish it was functional. I wish I could, get my finger underneath there and do a Spidey flip easily. But I can't. I can get it done, but I just can't get it done reliably, consistently, even with, I tried a fair bit of practice. So I really wish they would have done something a little differently there. I forget where I was on here. I was talking about this hole here. So hopefully I don't really mind it because, flipper is just great. I just would have liked if they would have found a way to make this not just cosmetic, but also functional. That would have been really cool. Ooh, Bandit's running around. The knife comes in a nice wee pouch, and in the pouch you get your authenticity. You get a nice towel, and you got 2 pockets in here that you can carry 2 knives at once if you want to. And it's a really, really nice little piece of kit, and you get this little driver. So that's a good thing. A little bonus stuff that you get. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And remember, always cut towards your chum, not your thumb.